Working on a demolition project can present a number of dangerous hazards. How we act during the day determines the safety on site. All of our individual actions can have far-reaching consequences, not only for ourselves, but for those around us. That's why it's important to be aware of what we are doing and what is going on around us. Remember, we all want the same thing: to go home safe. Nobody should ever be hurt by what we do as a company. That's why at Squibb Group we are committed to zero harm for everyone that may be affected by our work. The purpose of this video is to give you the right information to be able to work safely on our projects. This is part of our commitment to you and will demonstrate the behaviours that we expect. These will not only keep you, your co-workers and other people safe, but also help protect our environment. At Squibb, we have 5 golden safety rules that we need to follow to work safely. Number 1. Always report things on site that might harm you, your co-workers or other people to your supervisor or site manager. Number 2. Always use or wear personal protective equipment as instructed. Number 3. Always work as per the Risk Assessment and Method Statement, also known as RAMS, for your work. If in doubt, ask your supervisor. Number 4. If circumstances or other factors change and you can't work to your RAMS, seek advice from a supervisor. Never improvise. Number 5. Never alter or use equipment that is damaged or faulty. Return such items to the site office or stores. Understanding these rules and how they help you act and behave in a safe manner will be developed over the rest of this induction. When working on site, you must always sign in on arrival and sign out before leaving. This ensures that in an event of an emergency, the site team can know who is working on site. When arriving on site for the first time, you'll need to report to the site office for a site-specific briefing. Here you'll review the 5 golden rules and be briefed on the risk assessments and method statements, also known as RAMS, that you will be working to. You will have to confirm you understand and will comply with the RAMS that you have been briefed on. Remember, all the work we do as a team has to be planned and the hazards and risks assessed before we can start. We never improvise on what we are going to do. Mistakes can cost lives and money. No plan means no work. During the site-specific briefing, you will also be informed of the site's own fire and emergency plan. This information will also be displayed on posters around sites. As part of this online process, you will have uploaded proof of your skills and qualifications. Therefore, you will not be required to bring physical copies with you to site. Some areas of the site will be restricted to certain individuals. As part of your site-specific briefing, you will be given an overview of any specific risks and any areas where you are not permitted to enter. It's important to note that this may include risks relating to asbestos-containing materials. You must not enter these areas unless your job is to remove or manage asbestos-containing materials. It is important that you wear the correct personal protective equipment, also known as PPE, at all times for the task and environment you are working in. You will be issued with any PPE you need for work. If you are a contractor, your PPE will be checked for suitability and certification prior to starting work. This will include a face fit test for your RPE. Any poorly fitting, damaged or defective PPE must be reported to the site management immediately. When walking around site, always use the pedestrian walkways and crossings provided. Make sure to be aware of moving vehicles and be careful when crossing. It is important that you obey all signs and barriers. Any reversing vehicles should be fitted with audible and visible warning alarms and be assisted by a traffic marshal. Only assist a reversing vehicle if you are a traffic marshal. As well as ensuring everyone's safety, we also care about protecting our environment. We should aim to reduce the amount of waste materials created, and if waste does require disposal, use segregation. When using equipment like generators, to avoid soil contamination, make sure to use drip trays. Any soil that is contaminated must be disposed of as hazardous waste. If required, spill kits are available on site, and any instances should be reported to the site team. During your work, you may encounter construction dust. It is important to control dust to reduce long-term health impacts such as silicosis. Dust can be controlled through suppression or collection. You may also be required to wear specific respiratory protection, such as a dust mask. This will be highlighted in your RAMs. If you're using respiratory protection, remember to check it regularly to ensure it's in good working condition. Social media is part of everyday life and can be a great way to communicate with friends and family. However, before you post anything relating to activities on a Squibb Group site, you must first seek approval. Send any images or recordings to info@squibbgroup.co.uk with the subject heading Social Media prior to posting. Failure to do so may result in disciplinary action or even instant dismissal due to gross misconduct. Remember, it's vital that you use social media responsibly. Lastly, we care about the health and safety of everyone who will be affected by our work. That's why we ask you to consider your impact on the local area. Remember, we play a part in keeping our co-workers and ourselves safe. If you spot any hazards or have suggestions on how we can improve how we work on site, then please speak with a member of the site team. We want you to be safe in your work, so please take a moment to reflect on the contents of this video. We look forward to welcoming you onto a Squibb Group project and to start working together safely.